Right, today we're going to tackle the problem of how to deal with reprogramming your dashboard if you have bought a motorcycle and you don't know what its user code is. Now, the thing is, it is possible to do this, but to do it you must have two keys, two original factory keys. If one of them is a clone, you are still stuck. And there do need to be two original factory keys, both of which have to be able to turn the motorcycle on. Now, just before we get on to that subject, I was contacted after I made the previous video by somebody asking me whether or not you have to press the button and hold it down when you reach the number you want to install as the code, or whether you release it for a moment and then repress it. And the answer is that you release it for a moment and then repress it. So every single time you have reached the number you want to enter as part of the code, you release the button for probably a second and then hold it down. And that way it will save that number. If you just hold it down, it will remain on that number. Anyway, we'll move on now to the resetting of getting a code installed, or a code that you know installed if you have bought a bike not knowing the code. There is a function on the dashboard for this purpose called code recovery, and I'll go outside now and walk you through it on the dash. Also, at this point, it's probably a good idea just to examine the keys. Now, the two keys on the right in this short video are in fact Moto Guzzi keys. If you pick one up, you will see that they have the Moto Guzzi logo on them. This is the one that originally came with the bike that I'm dealing with. It was the only key I received, but luckily I was able to get the code for the dashboard that I was installing. This third key is in fact an aftermarket key. It's made by a company called Silca, I believe. These are the keys that you can buy. They're slightly thicker in profile than the original Zadie keys. And the thing is, these are the ones that you cannot program through the dash. If you look there, though, it does say ZZD30T5, which one assumes is the model of key that it's meant to emulate. Anyway, if you're going to be inserting a new code into a dash, you are going to need two separate Moto Guzzi keys. So anyway, outside now, and we'll do that. Okay, so here we are back at the motorcycle. Now, once again, on the left-hand switch block, make sure that the switch is in mode. Then we can go over, we can insert a key, turn the dashboard or turn the ignition on, dashboard lights up. Now you can see that because we have inserted a user code yesterday, we no longer get that message saying do not forget to insert user code at the bottom of the dashboard when it fires up. All right, now imagine that this was a motorcycle that you had bought. You don't get the message saying don't forget to insert your user code. So that means it's got a user code in, but you don't know what it is. So if you have two of the factory keys and both of them work, then you can actually change the code to something of your choosing by, first of all, pressing the button and scrolling through until you get to the menu. Press the button again and hold it down, and it brings up a menu, the menu with the settings on it. Into settings, hold the button down again, and it brings up the secondary menu. Down the bottom, all the way through change the code, and right at the bottom you have code recovery. Press the button, and it's gone all the way back to the beginning. So back we go again, back to code recovery, hold the button down, and there it says insert second key. Now you've got 20 seconds to do this. So we take out the first key, and the dashboard will remain backlit and counting down, but then you turn the key on within that 20 seconds, the second key on, and because it's recognized the second key as a different key, it assumes that you're not a thief because you've got 2 keys. And then you get the message up saying insert new code. So you then go through, the last code we put in was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This time we'll go 5, hold the button down, too far, we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time 5, 4. Now that hissing noise you hear in the background is, I'm afraid, rain on garage roof. Not doing very well here. 1, 2, 3. Hold the button down. 1, 2, hold the button down. 1, hold the button down. And that has completed that operation. You now have a new code inserted into the dashboard. It will recognise both keys. Second key goes in. Dash comes to life, does its sweep. Right, there we are, back to where we were before. But to do this operation, you do need to have 2 factory keys. If you try it with the cloned key, it just won't work, because the clone key is recognised as the same as the key it was cut from, with no difference at all. Alright, I hope that was helpful.